Hey everybody, this is Anthony from A.W.O Comics, and I've got Willie Moe here, and guess what? It's October,
I love October.
and October is Halloween month. So starting this month, we're changing it up a little bit, Willie Moe.
Oh, are we now?
Yes, we are. And one of the things we're fixing to change is this crappy background that we're dealing with right here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
how do we change that?
What is this? This ain't.
I think we need to Thanos snap this background. What do
We
you
got
think?
the Infinity Stones?
I think so. Let's
All
do it
right.
on three.
All right.
1, 2. There you go. Now we got an all new background. Simple as that. Halloween themed. And we're going to be right back with our top 10 pre-code horror covers right after this.
Woo!
Okay, guys and gals, we're back here with our top 10 pre-code horror books. And you may ask, pre-code horror books, what's that mean? Pre-code horror books? Well, take yourself where you live right now and imagine yourself in a time machine traveling back to the 1950s. Okay, America was under a lot of censorship. They were worried about communism. They were worried about the youth of America being brains polluted, and propaganda getting into the country and swaying people's loyalty to the country. Uh, a young man by the name of Elvis Presley was censored right on TV, filmed from the waist up because they said his dancing from below the waist was too provocative. Rock and roll music in general was being destroyed by every congressman that you could probably shake a stick at. Said that music was like the devil's music, and comic books were under huge scrutiny because of violent covers that they said was destroying the youth of America. And these are the covers that we're going to talk about today, Willie Moe. And a lot of this led to the invention of the Comics Code Authority, which is still in effect today, but of course it's nowhere near as strict as it was when it first started out. But get your thoughts on that. You've never really had to deal with censorship in your young life. Not on that extreme, anyway.
I looked at some of these books lately, and I saw how more violent they were before this whole comic code thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they can get away with a little violence now.
Yeah.
Like the violence is in the chapter's ultimatum reference right there, if you've never read it.
And another thing is, most comics don't have to have the Comics Code Authority on them to be published. You know, there are still some comics today that do not have the Comics Code Authority stamp, but you do have to put for mature readers on there. A lot of violent comics are published today. It's not anything that I'm really interested in reading, but I have seen these comics on different shows like Whatnot, where sellers will sell them. And I'm just kind of like, I don't even know why anybody would want to read some of that stuff. But these are violent covers, but they're not really in the sense of, like, the stories are not really so gruesome like stuff like you even see on The Walking Dead or a good slasher movie that you could watch now. The covers are probably more violent than the stories. But we'll begin and stop talking about all this and get to the covers because that's what everybody wants to see. These are our top 10 pre-code horror covers. And I guess it's my turn to start this week.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So my number 5 is a book called Mr. Mystery, number 11. Came out in June 1953. And the cover art was done by Bernard Bailey. And it's an Aragon publication. This book goes for $8,500 in high grade. Just a gruesome cover that you see right here of a guy that's buried in the ground, and he's got ants crawling all over his face. And you can see in the background where another person has been buried out there with him, and there's already a skull, a horrible death, to die and buried out in the desert, and ants are eating at your face. I couldn't imagine it. What about you?
Ugh, it sounds disgusting. I never want no ants crawling on me in general.
Yeah. This one right here is a really cool cover. I'm actually a big fan of the cover, but that's my number 5, Willie Moe.
Alright, well, my number 5 is Bullseye Comics number 11. Now, it may sound like a Western, but this was a horror book. And I did like it. This came out in 1944, and it sold for $10,000 at a high grade. And this was also published by Chester Dynamic.
Okay.
Now, this cover, I did like this cover so much because it's got a woman with a gun. You see her in the background. It's got a dude dead on a crate. Like, you see him laying dead on a crate. And then you see another guy shot, like, in the, like, I don't know if it's in his heart or in his, like, chest region somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's injured, and he's sitting right next to that crate.
Yeah.
But there's a skull in the background, which basically made this book a lot more expensive. Because the art on that skull was really well done back then.
Who did you say the artist was on that one?
I just said the publisher was Chester Dynamic.
Okay, but we didn't get an artist on that one, did you?
No.
I'll put it up on the screen, but a good skull cover is always one of my favorites. I love the skull covers.
I like how well
runs.
detailed the covers are with the skulls and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. My number 4 is Black Cat number 50, and this one is one of those deals where this is kind of like the granddaddy of what pushed the censors over the edge as far as censorship. It's a very gruesome cover depicting a guy that's being melted by radiation. His face is being melted by radiation. And this was done by Lee Elias, who did a lot of great horror covers during this time frame. And he's one of the artists that came under a lot of scrutiny. It's a Harvey production. Came out in June 1954. And this book in high grade sells for $35,000.
That's even more expensive than my most expensive book on here.
Yeah. This book is considered the book that brought on the Comics Code Authority.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a book in here that did that, which is next on my list. No, it's not next on my list. It's number 2 on my list. But I've got one just like that.
Okay. Well, let's hear your number 4.
My number 4 is Strange Tales number 28. It came out in 1954, and it sold for $9.5 thousand in high grade. And the publisher was Atlas.
Yeah.
This book was cool to me because it's got like the skeleton wrapping his hands around this guy's face, and it says in the bottom left corner, "Come into my coffin." This dude's screaming and stuff, and I just like that cover because I really like skeleton covers. I really like when people draw skeletons and stuff. They draw them really well and stuff. But it looks like in the cover he's got a skeleton mask on. It's not really a skeleton. But that's why it always looks significant to me. But
Speaking of skeleton, we have to get us a new skeleton for our yard.
Yes, we do. Well,
Because
Bone Brains has had enough.
The skeleton we used last year had a fractured spine, and he couldn't stand up really good. And I put him cutting the hedges out there and put some camouflage on him. And every day I'd come home, he'd be slumped over where his spine is.
The Bone Brains is sadly retired. His NBA career's over.
So we're going to get a new skeleton. Unless I decide to make you a skeleton.
Hey, I got a good idea. Stephen Bones. Who else do you think?
Willie Bones instead of Willie Moe.
No.
Hashtag Willie Bones. Let's get it going.
Skelly Mo?
Yeah, Skelly Moe. There you go. Okay, where are we at? My number 3? All right. My number 3 is a pretty cool book. It's Marvel Tales number 116, published by Atlas, of course. This one
same publisher.
is actually considered the first Werewolf by Night. I'm a huge werewolf fan. I considered making this my number 1, but I felt like the other 2 covers were significantly better than this cover. But this is a werewolf cover. Actually says Werewolf by Night on the cover, and then of course that's 2 decades before the original Werewolf by Night came out in Marvel Spotlight. Almost 2 decades. This was done by cover art done by Joe Maneely, and this high grade is $4,000. But it's just a really cool, one of the first werewolf covers I think that we saw, and it's really highly sought after book now. It seems like it's growing in popularity.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3 is Beware, Terror Tales number 8. And this was came out in 1953, and it sells for $2,200 in a high grade, and the publisher is Fawcer. Now, I like this book because it's got like this old witch stirring up, like it looks like humans. It looks like, or something in that bowl. She's stirring it up, and that's basically what the cover is. It's just a really old witch lady.
So this cover didn't remind you of your girlfriend or anything, right?
No. You know what it reminded me of? You.
So anyway, continue. I didn't mean to throw you off there.
No, you didn't throw me off. There's not really much to say about it. That's why it's number 3 on my list. But I like this cover just because, I mean, witches are pretty salt for horror books.
Did you just say witches are pretty?
No, are pretty soft. He won't let me talk. Y'all, hey, flame him in the comments. He won't let me talk about your book. He won't let me talk about and continue.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I will zip up.
I'm just gonna get you back on your next one. Anyway, that's all I had to say, bro. Which is are really used in a lot of horror books. Okay,
We're talking about the witches now.
Move on.
My number 2 is Tomb of Terror number 15. Came out in May 1954.
What'd you say?
Tomb of Terror number 15. A Lee Elias cover, another Lee Elias cover. And it's got a guy's face just blowing up on it. It's pretty gruesome. This is another one that came under a lot of scrutiny when it was the censorship trials came up, and all the congressmen made these artists come in and testify to Congress, you know, why they did these covers and why they thought these covers weren't damaging to our youth. This one was another one of the covers that it talked about. Then high grade, this is a $19,000 book now.
Hey, you make my face want to blow up sometimes. You know that?
He's going to blow his stack on me if I don't get off of him.
Pause, by the way.
I think the cover actually depicts a woman killing her husband, and because there's a story in it where she thinks he's a robot. He made a robot of himself, and she couldn't stand it, and she decides she's going to kill the robot, and she kills the husband by accident.
It kind of reminds me.
That's the thing about making a robot that looks like you.
That reminds me of a Tales of the Crypt episode, but I forgot
probably
which.
Now, a lot of these books. It's funny that you mentioned that. A lot of these books, especially the Tales from the Crypt book, were based. If you look at the Tales from the Crypt episodes, the old episodes that are, and we have all of them on our little hard drive, they're all based off pre-code horror books. Pretty much all of them.
Well, I just remember there's one Tales of the Crypt episode where this. I think, what is it, her uncle or who is it, her grandfather?
I think so.
He's building a robot, and then when he dies, she has to take care of him, and it's just that robot acts just like him.
No, that's actually a Twilight Zone episode.
That's a Twilight Zone episode?
Yeah.
I swear it's a Tales of the Crypt episode.
No,
anyway.
it's a Twilight Zone episode, but I think that one's also based off of a comic story too, but I'm not positive on that. All right, so it's time for your number 2.
My number 2 is Weird Mysteries number 6, which, considering that, you are a weird mystery. Anyway,
Flame on!
Came out on 1953. It sells for $6,500 high grade, and it's published by Stanley Morse. Now, I do like this book because this is the book I was talking about that caused the Comic Code Authority to take place as well.
Yeah.
It shows you think it's a magician, he's pulling a decapitated head out of a magic hat. Ew, am I right?
Those congressmen weren't too happy about all those decapitated heads and exploding faces. I can tell you that much.
I mean, considering the fact back then, if a kid looked at that,
Instant delinquent. Yeah.
Hit the classic horror face.
Yeah, for real. Now all we have to worry about what's destroying our youth is vaping, right?
Oh. I ain't gonna say anything about that.
You better not be doing any of that.
I ain't no snitch though.
Yeah.
I ain't no snitch. I ain't gonna snitch.
Snitches get stitches. Is that what you say?
I didn't say that, but I still ain't gonna snitch. I ain't fake.
All right, where was I at? We're at number 1 now, right?
Yes, we are
Okay.
at our number 1.
And my number 1 is Witch's Tales, number 25. Came out by Harvey, published by Harvey in June of 1954.
You'd know a lot about Witch's Tales, wouldn't you?
Hey, you got me on that one. It's a cover artist, Howard Nostrand, high grade, $11,500. And this one is a cool book. It's got a guy, it's like a reaper-like fellow, standing out there, and he's ringing a belfry, and instead of like the little thing that rings the bell, it's a head in there ringing a bell. Another decapitated head covers, which again didn't make those congressmen too happy.
Again.
But that's my number 1. I just thought that was a really cool cover, and really that's really all I got to say about it.
All right. Well, my number 1 was one issue off your number 1 or number 5.
Okay.
And Mr. Mystery number 12, and came out in 1953. And this is my most expensive book, which sells for $22,000 at a high grade. And the publisher was Aragon. And this book had an iconic cover of an eye about to get stabbed. It's like basically
I
like
saw that cover.
forced open, and it's about stabbed. You can see it right here on the screen. And it's a very gruesome cover. And
let me tell you a gruesome story that's kind of related to that cover that you got. The first time I ever went to the eye doctor to get contacts, I have a really bad stigmatism in my eyes. And when they were putting those contacts in me, that kind of reminded me of it, that guy sticking that thing. I was walking with
my worst fear. My worst fear is having something stuck in my eye. Yeah. Like that would be horrible for me.
Yeah. Well, don't ever watch that movie where that guy gets abducted by aliens. I can't think of what the name of it is, but they stick him right in the eye.
Ew.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all.
Feel bad for the guys that have eye patches. Nick Fury.
Well, all right, brother. Have you got anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween early. Happy October. Everybody be safe out there. Don't go in the spirit of
It's spooky month.
Don't go in the spirit of Halloween and get heart attacked by one of those things that jumps at you. Which my youngest son is not a fan of that stuff, is he?
No. Actually, what are you talking about? He goes over there and presses the buttons.
Well, when he first goes in there, he doesn't like it to start with. Then he kind of gets used to it. I think he likes being scared a little bit, but he's very, very cautious. And there are certain ones he will not go around. Is that not right?
Yeah. Heck, I won't go around some of them.
He still gets scared and jumps in front.
You're the one
he
that
hates jump scares.
You're the one that gave me PTSD.
Yeah.
Spooky month.
Just trying to jump scare you there, and it didn't work.
Well, I technically was already yelling, so it wouldn't work like that.
That's true.
Spooky month.
All right, guys. We appreciate you watching. We're all kind of silly here tonight, but appreciate you watching, and we hope you enjoy this month of content because we got a lot of Halloween stuff we're going to do, lots of Halloween top 10s that we got ideas for. Hope you like the new background that we Thanos snapped in for you.
If you say it like that ever again, it's Thanos.
Stop
saying Thanos. Stop saying that.
Hey, in honor of Halloween, I'm going to rip your tongue out if you don't shut up.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. I may feed it to Dixie over here. But anyway.
She's just minding her own business.
If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. And hey, just want you to know, there's only 2 weeks left to vote in the CBC Awards.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And we would appreciate your vote for Best New Channel for 499 subscribers or less. Go to cbcawards.org and vote for A.W.O Comics.
And we also, before we want to end this off, I do want to say we are getting very close to 1,000 subs, and we want to thank everyone that subscribed to our channel. I just wanted to give a thanks. We couldn't have done it without you. We're super glad that you helped our channel grow this far.
And subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification button. Drop us a comment.
Hey, if we reach
button.
1,000 subs, little secret from me, we might do 1,000 subscriber special video.
Yeah, and this 1,000 subscriber special giveaway.
Hey,
And also, if you didn't know, our latest giveaway, John the Comic Guy won that. And
Congratulations.
I've got to get his book out to him tomorrow, and he has took the mystery book, and he is going to reveal it on his channel once he receives it. So make sure you tune in and see what the mystery book was.
So we're gonna have to take. He's gonna take our question mark palette that we put on in every comic book.
We'll make a new one. All right, guys, let's get out of here. But hey, appreciate you watching, and everybody have a safe rest of the week. Don't work too hard, and as always, go Dogs. Even though they did let me down last week.
We'll recover.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Happy Spooky Month.
See you guys.